If Gerald died, it was in Florida because I've just
Talking. She
found.
doesn't even know she's live. Hey guys.
Oh, g'day.
I told I would because I forgot I was trying to click the video to start and I guess the monkey didn't want to come out and play. Hey Lynn, hey Lanky, oh Lanky, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey Coach Karen, this is going to be a quick live, guys, but we want to share some things with you that we found to be kind of interesting in the Heather Cannon case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, lanky girl? Okay, let me pull up this article. So Heather went missing on 2008.
9.
Then
August
9.
2009.
Always 9. I got to keep thinking 10s. 2019, they get an anonymous tip and Heather's the little girl that went missing at 15 from Texas and they from the skating rink. And they get an anonymous tip and it's enough of a tip to where they go back out to where her father, stepfather Gerald lived and they searched the 8 acres. And
Mm-hmm.
they didn't find you can't make this up. Let me pull it up. They didn't
Uh-uh.
find Heather, but they found, we're going to show you in a second.
Hey, Jess, love you too, boo.
And then we want to share a couple of these characters' backgrounds to let you guys see what we're dealing with.
Oh, yeah.
But we're only going to, we've got about, I don't know, 12, 16, but we're going to show you 2 tonight. All right, let me see. 6. Hey, Jess. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Or we can wait a minute, calm down. Hey, oh, hey, Dana, a little bit. Hey, Junie. Hey, Jess.
Sassafras. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, sweetheart.
Uh,
Let's wait a couple of minutes. Where do we see Cassie?
and let me just double check. She's not said anything in chat. Cassie, if you're in chat, can you just pop something in?
Hey, Dana. Hey, Sassafras. So, Kaz and I made a few phone calls today, and we made a phone call out to the Henderson County Sheriff's Office. And I hate to say this, but I do not think that they are even interested in dealing with this case after 13 years. It's kind of like they want to sweep it under the rug.
Unfortunately, I tend to agree with you, darling.
Hey, Elisa Quesada. Well, like we're not going to allow that to happen. So
Hell
Kaz
no.
and I have a conference meeting with who tomorrow? I'm so excited.
The Texas Rangers.
The Texas Rangers. And they're the ones that went and did this search in 2019 on Gerald Whitley's property, who is owned by. I mean, you guys have to keep notes with this one. This one is like this. This could be a book.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Hey Benton. Hey Jen. Book club next week, guys. I want more people to come join us. It's going to be fun. And my 76-year-old mom with dementia is going to be the narrator.
God bless the cotton socks.
She wants to come. She goes, "Can I come? You know, I love books." I'm like, "Of course you can come. You can even talk." She's like, "Oh."
She's
But it
so
has to be
excited.
next week. Yeah, next week, guys. You got to email us. We're sending out the emails tomorrow. But today got crazy with a lot of phone calls. Okay, so you got to remember the players. There's so many players.
It's
So
an
Heather,
understatement.
and we're gonna go check out the skating rink later too. And considering the fact that the owner of the skating rink is still the owner, hopefully we are going to be able to talk to her because she's the one that says that the boys were there, Daryl and John, at the skating rink the night this Heather went missing, and they were throwing bottles.
Yeah, drunk and disorderly and dropping bottles everywhere, breaking them.
Yes. So Gerald is the one that we're not sure if he is the biological father with the broken neck and the heroin overdose, but we can't find any records of him dying. Him, the property he lived on was owned by a Clifford Keith Miller.
Hmm.
Then it's so hard to keep track. Like we need to have like strings like on the outside of this RV. And then they're both dead now. Can't find the record on either one of them, but they're both dead. Yeah, they're dead. But they are the ones that have the same address in Florida. So let me share this article with you. So they go out to the property that Gerald lived, where the rumor was for 13 years is that the last place Heather went to. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, as far as I'm concerned, I think we're going to find out different that she was not on this property. And that's coming.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
that's coming. And that's coming. Hey, Samara Sunflower. Oh, wow. 1996. Did you know about the Heather Cannon story? Hey, Merrick. Okay. You can't make this up. Six arrested on Kaz. What is that?
What's with that? Six arrested on
Is
various
that
felonies.
was that your little the 9 volt thing over there?
Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. There is a car went down in
Oh, I
front of
thought
my
it.
house.
I thought I was like, damn, it's not even hot there yet, girl.
I'm sitting in here with no fans going. Thank you very much.
Six arrested on various felony charges in Henderson County. Henderson County law enforcement agencies made six arrests on various charges Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, I find it funny that nobody even speaks about this the day that they went to look for her. The sheriff's office, Texas Rangers, and the attorney general's office were following up on a lead on a 2009 missing person case at the residence outside of Athens on US Highway 175 West. That was the trailer that we showed you in the last video. And we know the
Mm-hmm.
missing person is Heather Cannon. While they were conducting the investigation, they spotted suspected drug paraphernalia, marijuana, meth, and notified a narcotics investigator to come to the house. Clifford Keith Miller was arrested at the house for possession of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 amounting to 4 grams. Okay, let's just get into I mean, they all have the same record. No new information was discovered in the missing person case. Henderson County deputies identified Russell Allen Stogner, 27, Lonnie Fender, Farm Market Road, 615, and County Road 4511. After deputies searched the vehicle, both men were found to be in possession of suspected meth. So it goes on, but this is, I mean, so it's just about that they go there to find Heather and look for her, and they find all of this going on. But this
Mm-hmm.
part is the part that stood out to me. Malakoff police. So if you remember, Daryl said that he saw Heather in Malakoff. I thought it was an Alex. It might be a Jake, but at the end of the day, if it's Jake or Alex, the name, we still have no idea who this person is. So I'm starting to think that it might be a fictitious person, and this person might not even exist.
Mm-hmm.
So identified Philip Kane Maddock, 33, of Malakoff, and Derek Dion Young, 34, of Malakoff at a storage complex at 11:15 a.m. I mean,
And it shows some really awesome photograph of Mr. Miller.
yes, I was going there next. So this is Derek Young. Now, I believe, and I'm not sure, but Derek's name is Derek Dion Young. But I did find a Dion Young that passed away. Looks like him. Athens. I do not know if it's the same person. I am not going to Can we make his picture bigger? Let me
Uh,
save his
is,
picture and make it bigger. Hang on.
isn't he a strapping?
So let me just go through the little pictures of everyone that was involved. Lonnie Fender,
And that's it. He's under the thread.
Jeffrey
Oh,
Anding,
Jeffrey.
Russell Stogner, Philip Maddox. So Philip was the one that was seen with
At the storage sheds.
yes. But let me show them real quick. Let me show them the three arrested in Henderson for the meth real quick, so we can show them pictures of the player that I've got my eye on. Okay, the guy in the middle is Daryl Riggins. I personally believe, hey Patty and Pink, that this guy right here holds the key to everything. But for some reason, people are afraid of this guy. And if you mention him around the group that was there that night, they just, why are you talking about Daryl? Why Daryl? Why Daryl?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was going to call me last night, but he did not call me. But then I got weird numbers from that area code out there. And of course, it goes back to one of those ridiculous burner phones.
It sure does.
Can you send her the link to um, come up? Because
Sure.
I want, yeah, I'm going to go real fast and open up maps. We're going to go take a ride real quick to the skating rink. I mean, I've never said this before, and it might come to bite me in the ass, but I hope it doesn't. But I honestly feel that we are going to get closure in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I honestly believe also that after 13 years, it's a small area. It seems like they're 3 degrees separation of being related because we spoke to someone last night, and so we're like, well, who is this K girl? Like, what is the connection? Oh, that's my sister's husband's daughter. No, your brother's sister's daughter. Well, I mean, is
Correct.
that your niece then? I mean, I'm a little
Come on, sweetheart. That's a lot to
confused.
fathom for
Wait,
some people.
I had to think about it. Wait, my brother's wife's kid. Okay, well then it's a step niece or a niece, right?
Still a niece. Might be a niece by marriage, but still a niece.
Okay, here we go. I'm honestly hoping, guys, on the next live. I was going to jump into Discord and say a few things last night, but then I got a phone call back from somebody. We need to wait until we talk to the Texas Rangers because I really do not want to jeopardize anything with this
No,
because the dots are finally starting to connect.
they sure are. They're forming a line.
And I even think that Cassie is starting to put a couple of things together, which she'll tell you about. She had received there's been a lot since Cass and I started talking about this, and then Cassie hired the private investigator. The Facebook group has really started to get hot.
Hot. It's
Well,
sizzling.
yeah, from what I hear, but I don't really get into the Facebook too much. I can't even barely figure out how to send a message.
No, you're shocking at Facebook for me.
But it's starting to say, and there people are starting to say things. And there was a message that was sent out today that Chrissy is going to tell you guys about, where these people will sit there and tell you, these little codes. But after like putting all of these codes together and all of these little mixed messages that didn't make sense before until something that we just found out, now it's
Mm.
like the pieces are just falling in, and it's scary, but it's almost like, oh, wow, could we possibly bring closure for her best
Oh,
friend?
I
Because
so hope so.
her mother doesn't. I'm sorry to say this if you're listening, Melissa, but you really are a horrible, horrible mother.
Mm. Well, like I said to you the other day, sweetheart, she seems to be more interested in her grandbabies. Here she comes. Hey, sweetheart.
So yeah,
Hello.
yeah, I'm gonna show the skating rink and stuff, Cassie, but I'm not gonna talk about any of the addresses around it like I promised you.
Okay.
So if you could just explain, no, I don't want no names, no one, know who sent the messages, but can you tell the message that you sent today, but just leave out the D name, no property owners' names. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just give like the location and the saying, but just don't put anyone's name in it. We need to protect this like we are protecting like $1 million in gold. Oh, I wish I had a gold nugget bar. Hey, Andy. She's getting it, guys, and I'm gonna pull up the map while she reads it. I can't believe the skating rink is still going, and it actually looks like a cool place. Like I definitely would have gone there when I was younger. I love going to the skating rink Friday nights.
I used to be able to skate quite good in my younger years.
Right, me too. I used to have like Rydell two stripes, and we would get like all these different color wheels and multicolored wheels, and it was fun. The '80s.
Mm.
I mean the '90s. Sorry.
Well, I'll say I was talking about the 70s, but well, I won't go there.
Okay, let's go down here and have a look at the skating rink. So the skating rink's name again is Cassie. What's the skating rink name again? Good time.
Good times.
Good time skating rink. Okay.
Benton. We wouldn't do it behind the rink. You always did it on the sideline.
All right. So this is basically the area I've actually cut off some of the real addresses because I just don't want to dox anybody, especially with something like this. So this is the little skating rink where she was last seen. I wonder if we can get down here and check it out. Of course, Google doesn't go to these parts of the world. Oh, they do. Well, we can't get down the road, but that's basically the skating rink back here. And remember this, yeah. So it's off of a road called 2495. Okay, we're in 2013. Oh, we can go back to 2008. Really? Look at here it is in 2008, the year before she went missing. Wow.
Got the same
So this
sign.
so this is what it looked like when she went missing. I mean there's so much land out there. Yeah. Well, I am convinced she left the skating rink with Daryl and John and hey Lady Montgomery, and I believe that there hey Grammy H. I believe that there might have been another person, kind of like, four people hanging out together. I do not believe that she went to Bree's house. Hey Jennifer. I
Welcome, Jennifer.
welcome in. I do not believe she went to Gerald's, and the reason why I don't believe that now is because of some new info. But the main part is because I can't get past the fact that she was missing for 5 days before Melissa came around. And if you're gonna blame someone for taking this, because she told me from her own mouth, her mother said to me that Gerald did it, and he took it to his grave with him. I don't believe
Hmm.
that because when you because when you go 5 days later to pick up your daughter and you have a message from Gerald saying, "Why didn't you leave me a note that you took Heather?" Well, that is a whole contradiction in itself, and it's starting to slip after all of these years of trying to hold it together and smoking all the meth that these people have smoked. I mean, I'm not making it up, Kaz. I mean, we can pull up. We're going to pull up
Mhm.
two of the records tonight.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
2008. There's the skating rink. Probably $1.50 rentals off of a road that just connected about four more dots for me. What about you, Chrissy? I mean, Cassie.
That's $1.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my elderly cats. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, so do you want to read the message that you received?
I'm trying to I was trying to
The one
see
that
which.
you sent me, the one that you sent me on Facebook from AH.
Okay, yeah, I was just reading it, trying to read it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's kind
Um,
of blurry.
uh, let me
Just don't,
just.
yeah, just don't say any names or addresses. Just basically what she said.
Okay, their friend disposal of Heather body. Yes, on a property that even the owner knows nothing about. And when owner finds out, will probably go on murder spree. So I messaged this person and they say, oh, it goes on and on. Oh, there's too many names in this one. Because that's where they supposedly buried her, and blank did have truck and then land. They supposedly buried Heather on blank's property. He's a straight psychotic MF. And goes on saying he doesn't even know she's buried there.
Mm.
I'm like shaking. Then the other message is someone was on the phone with a woman who called for an ex. He really needed to talk to me about Heather, telling that woman that so and so, what he goes by, told him and a couple others to get it out the jail that Heather was buried under this shed next to so and so. And yeah, it goes on. I mean, this. It's hard to say anything without keeping their names out of it.
Cass has just had to adjust. Joys of having kids when you when you're on a live. So what are we looking on the screen at currently, Marg, while we're just waiting for Cassie to come back? Marg, you're muted, darling.
I was trying to put the, just, kind of get close to the skating rink and stuff to where she was.
Oh, okay,
But
gotcha.
there's another address involved, which is, I think the whole entire time my thoughts are is that they were trying to make everyone believe that Gerald Whitley did it.
Well, they virtually made him a scapegoat, didn't they?
And I honestly think too that's why he ended up leaving and moving out of the state. Because it seemed to me when he left, he seemed to have gotten himself together. Where's that good time skating rink? Hang on one sec.
It's 517 Progress Way.
Huh? Let me open up the other.
517 Progress Way. I
Yeah.
remember that address for the rest of my life. Never been there, but I'll remember it.
Oh, I've got it, but I want to show them on the maps. And then Cassie, type the guy they're talking about who owns the property in private chat for Kaz, because you know what, we haven't looked at what he's about, and I'm curious to see if it goes with the fact that they're saying that if he found out she was on the property, that he's going to kill everybody. Okay, so this is the map again, and you've got the skating rink here.
Can you see
He
private
owns
chat on the right-hand side there, Cassie?
on StreamYards, or you can put it in Discord, Cassie. And then right
Okay.
here is this area is one of the properties that the man they're speaking about owns, and he owns another one right here in this area. The skating rink that she left from was right up here at Good Times.
Sweetheart, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh shit, guys, you stop confusing me. It's because she talks so much. This little girl behind us. Okay, here we go. One more time. Skating rink is up here. Good Times. She went to okay. She goes to the skating rink and there's Heather, Elizabeth Nicole, Amanda, Bree, and then John, Daryl, and whoever else was there that night. To me, I do not give a flying shit. I believe she left with, and I totally believe this. She left with Daryl, John, and Elizabeth Nicole, and that's not her. That's her middle name. I also believe they did not go to Gerald's. They went somewhere else. But that right now, I just can't talk about. But I will say that it is, you could probably walk there from the skating rink. The person that
Mm-hmm.
Cassie is talking about, this D, last name of a D that says he's going to kill people and that she is on his property, is like we said, he's got a couple properties in this area. One is here and one is down here. And it's a 26-mile ride from the skating rink to the end of his last property. I do not believe she was ever at Gerald's trailer that night. Ever. And that's my opinion. But I do think I believe I know where she was. And guys, this is information, and Cassie will tell you. This is information of rumors of being told for 13 years. And this, hey, Just Mike, this has never been brought up until the other night to me. And I'm telling you, it was like, remember I kept saying it's like this big piece of the puzzle is missing? Well, that was like the piece of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Huge.
people are just over it. People just want this to be over with. Like, you guys are parents now too. You guys have children now too. What if it was your kid that was missing? You would just keep covering it up because the mother doesn't care? Well, her best friend on panel cares, and she was her best friend in middle school. So we're not stopping. And because Bodie didn't call me back, I have decided
Yep.
not to waste time on him. So Cass and I reached out to the Texas Rangers today, and we will be talking to them tomorrow because I think they're going to care.
Yeah.
Since they initiated the search in 2019 that ended up 6 arrests and meth, marijuana, and paraphernalia later.
Yeah. I just popped something in private chat now.
No, you can pull it up, Kaz. I'm taking this off screen.
Oh, okay.
I am going to. Oh, I'm going to be here, but I am going to go use the little girl's room real quick. But I'm watching.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Samara. This is yeah. Cassie on panel was Heather Cannon's best friend. They lived in Florida. Heather Cannon moved back to Texas because her mother had to move back. She lost her job. So they go back. They're there for like 8 or so months. Heather comes back to Florida to visit her best friend and go to another friend's birthday party. She goes back to Texas, and the next day she's missing because her mother dropped her off at the trailer where all those arrests were made, but exactly 10 years prior, which I'm sure that's what was going on 10 years prior. Okay, it's all
mm,
you guys. I'm going potty.
you can potty. I love it when you do that. Yeah, well, I'm having a look at this gentleman at the moment,
You have to
and
share screen and
I
share.
am. I'm
Okay.
going to. I'm
Okay.
going to. I
Well,
just want to see if
people like
any of them is. It's all DUIs, which is boring.
oh, so he doesn't come off as a crazy killer?
No, it's all DUIs, Mark. So DUI, DUI, DUI.
Okay.
So there's nothing. I know that's a criminal, but it's not really to me. It's not bad.
Oh, Junie, I haven't heard about that. The 12-year-old girl that who escaped captivity in Alabama. Nope. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so why don't we show Miller's record first? And this
Oh
is
yes, please.
and well you're yeah, this you're gonna have to share it, Kaz.
Yeah. Oh,
This
I've got it primed.
yeah, and so make sure you just refresh the fact who Miller is and the fact that he's
I will do.
another one that's supposed to be dead. Yeah,
I know.
they're living on the beach in Port Richey. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
All
Clifford
right.
Keith
All you.
Miller.
Be right back.
Okay. Clifford Keith Miller is the person that owned the property where the trailer was, where Gerald was staying, and supposedly so was John, and supposedly so was Heather. But we know that wasn't happening because she was couch surfing. But when you have a look at this, and also Mark just showed you in the article where he got arrested for drug possession
Yeah.
uh,
But make sure
when
you
they went.
share your screen,
I'm
Kazaboo.
going to. I am,
Okay.
darling. Geez, Willikers, woman, you're pushy. Okay, I was just waiting for my internet to prime.
You know what? I'm gonna poke you in the eyeball for calling me pushy.
Well, are you
Poke
going to
poke.
deny it? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take us through off and just make it theatre style to make it easier. And I'll have to make my screen a wee bit bigger so you guys can see it. Can you see it? Can you let me know in chat if you can see the screen clear enough?
I can see it.
Okay. Well, uh, Mr. Clifford has got an extensive criminal history.
But
This date, beg pardon? And this dates back from 1985 and initially started off pretty tame. It's just DUIs. And then we get here into 1998, where his first felony happens, and it's for aggravated assault in 1988. And then 2 years go by, and he's relatively okay. And then in 2017 is his first, which is this one here, is his first charge for possession of cocaine. Then he gets possession of drug paraphernalia, and then more drug paraphernalia. And oh, I'm spilling, sorry guys. And the last one he's got on here is for possession in December. Just pull it up away from this one. Okay, so I'll just go back down here. Open this case. Alright, so possession of drug paraphernalia. He pleaded not guilty. And oh, who's
I got it.
oh, okay, I'll
Okay.
stop sharing.
Hey, my elderly cats. She chewed through her restraints. Wow.
Oh yes, I heard about that one, Julie. I heard
Mm.
about that one. Yeah, so Mr. Miller has, he started off relatively lame or tame, whichever you'd like to say, and then he took off. And
Now let's show my favorite person.
your favourite person in the whole world,
Well, the
just
one
share
that
my
I
screen.
am convinced is
Yes, I know.
the key
I
holder
just
to
share my
all of this.
share my screen again.
Can't tell me different on this one. I can understand why people are afraid in that little small area, though. I mean, I'm telling you, it seems like they are connected by maybe the second generation. Like it's just that everybody seems to have a like they're married to them or they're connected to them or somebody's just
Oh yeah.
now this is a
So
duo deal here. We got the junior and the senior. So this is
yeah,
daddy
yeah
and
the the first couple are for senior, but then Joe Junior comes into it in 2010. So I'll go from there. So on the top,
2010, the
yeah,
year after Heather goes missing.
yeah. It starts off with burglary, 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 and then he must have been given some community to do some community service, and they revoked it because he mustn't have been doing it right. Then he got some. Oh, that's Joe Senior. He got some felony warrants out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then Joe Jr. goes back in again. Failed to identify fugitive intent and gave false information. This is in 2016. And then he was in public intoxication, 2016, burglary of a vehicle, 2017, assault causes bodily injury, family violence, 2018, theft, 2018 again, theft, 2018 again, burglary of a habitation, 2018. It's just constant. just one thing after another after another. In 2019, possession of cocaine.
I mean, he's on parole right now.
Yeah, it sure is.
He's a naughty boy. And then the funny thing is I am not going to involve the girl that I think was there right now, but she too seems to have gone, not like, things changed for her. Started getting into a little trouble. Ended up, I think, moving out of the area.
Mm.
Come back up. So then we have a record on John, the
Oh,
brother.
Christ of the brother.
So when you look at everyone else's record and you look at his, he's got two or three charges. Ridiculous. One is a marijuana charge. One is
Yeah,
for not having a seatbelt, and I think the other one has to do with a traffic violation too.
I'll just pull it up for you.
And I find that strange, that, but now from the rumor, from what I'm hearing though, is that now he is on, that he's on the drugs with everyone else. I don't know if it's true, but it's what I've heard, that he's
Yeah,
chilling out.
yeah. 2018, he had a marijuana charge. 2020, not wearing a seatbelt, but hey, I've been guilty of that one. And in 2022, failed to maintain financial responsibility.
Be right back, Kaz. 1 second.
Yeah, that's interesting about that one. So I would have thought that would have been to do. He just received a fine for that. Doesn't actually give any details about it. Oh, it was a traffic type violation, so it's only a Class C misdemeanor. So he just received a fine. So yeah,
It's very interesting. I mean, we could show you. There's just the people that are, that they're claiming that are connected are a lot of people, and every single one of them have the same record. I
mm,
think it's a very big problem in Athens, Texas, the meth problem.
it is. It is. And where people keep saying all these people are dying. Now I've found records of Keith uh, Miller going to 2021 and saying we know with Gerald's the same. Ended 2021. So and that was in Florida. So we're just waiting for the Pasco County coroner to get back to us on that one.
Should we show her mother's um thing, and then we can end it on that? Yes, even her mother, Junie, this poor girl. She should have stayed in Florida.
Melissa, are you referring to?
Melissa.
Um,
But then you've got Gerald's sister is married to the Sam I am, and just everyone's married, like, to the, they're all somehow married or connected, and just, I don't know if there's, I mean, there's a skating rink out there. You guys could probably go skating instead of, I just don't get it. Like, they're all of them, all of them.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
But the mother, in that 5 day window of going and saying that your 15-year-old daughter is missing. See, the problem is that they probably are still considering Heather a runaway. But
Unfortunately, I would agree with you on that one.
but something tipped them off enough to get a warrant to search that property in 2019. And I truly believe that tip came from the fourth person that was with them that night.
I agree.
And I
I
believe she
concur.
wants to talk. I believe she does. But I also know that she said to Cassie that she is not going to say anything else until they're dead. And that says a lot. So like I said, if anybody wants to contact Kaz and I, confident, you want something to talk about or say, I mean, Heather Cannon if anything, herself. She needs peace. She
She
was a
does.
15-year-old girl.
Mhm.
I mean, imagine her best friend after all these years still looking for her like this and seems to be the only one that truly cares.
Exactly.
Sad.
It is sad.
Her mother should be ashamed of herself. I'd like to punch her mother in the throat.
Mm.
Did I say that?
Well, maybe out loud you did.
So rude.
We won't tell anybody you said it though. It'll be our secret.
Sorry, guys, I'm monstrating.
I've forgotten what that even is. It's been so long.
So are we gonna look at her record and end it on
Yeah.
that? Or, yeah, okay. I was just wondering.
Well, on the Henderson County, she's got some very minor charges on it. I mean, it's ridiculously simple. I mean,
But let's
it's
remember.
all but you go to Pasco County details,
Okay,
and
yes.
that's a whole different
Okay,
kettle of
that's what I
fish.
want to talk about. I want you to show her Pasco County so that I can explain something to them of the fact of what type of woman this woman is and how she's telling me to my own ear that she believes, but I don't record phone calls, so that she believes Gerald did something to Heather and took it to his
Mm,
grave. So
yeah.
this was in 2009. She believes that this man, who could be Heather's biological father, killed her daughter and took it to the grave. She's also the one that told me he died of a heroin overdose in Pittsburgh. But we did see his Facebook post where he was looking healthy coming out of Pittsburgh in the beginning of this year.
Mm, yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
So pull up Pasco County and you guys make this make sense to us. Why she's not only in Pasco County 10 years later, but she's at the same address living with Gerald Whitley and nothing more than Clifford Keith Miller.
Well, the Pasco County one, she actually was charged with illegal use of credit cards. So I'll just
Oh,
go.
Cassie will tell you. They lived not only they lived at the Ginny Drive, the Ginny. You can put her there through those Pasco County records. The same address of Gerald Whitley. And remember when we made that phone call, when the PI found out a new number for us and we called. So Gerald's middle name is Alan. So we called this number and the answering service came up and it said, "You've reached Patricia and Alan." Now that could be a coincidence, but I just
Mm,
thought it was an interesting one.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Kaz. Go. Woo.
All right. So this is the charges she had in 2006 in Pasco. Um, this one's just for credit card fraud, where she was sentenced. Her probation was revoked, but then she decided this all happens on the from the 21st of February 2006. So she got credit for time served in January. She was sentenced. Then she changed the plea to no contest. So she had to pay out outstanding monetaries. Then her probation was revoked. She was sentenced to 120 days at PCDC. I mean, this is only a couple of years before, and this is while they're living down in Florida.
Yep. Yep. That was just a couple of years
So,
before she went missing.
so really makes you ask the question. Okay, so you say, oh, it's only 120 days, but that's 3 months. Who was looking after John and Heather in that period of time? I mean, they.
Well, that's when they were living. If Cassie was here, but I'm pretty sure that was when she was living and taking care of the people in the assisted living facility. and I believe that wasn't that something like she was stealing their credit cards or something,
Yeah, yeah,
or
it
doing
was.
some.
It was. But it means they were there unsupervised while she was in jail.
Were they? We got to find out. Well, see that this is what Chrissy can. I mean, yeah, Cassie can answer. Does she remember that time her mother going to jail?
Mm.
But yeah,
Yes,
so
she was
I feel
born
bad.
Benton.
I don't think this poor girl had a chance with the people that were around her. But they need to do the right thing. So,
Yeah.
yep.
All right then. Well,
Let
that's
us
just a
know, guys. Anybody has anything they want to say? I don't care if you send it from an anonymous email, from one of those gorilla email finder things, whatever it is. I don't care. Just get a hold of us.
hmm absolutely.
Yep, absolutely. Benton, she went missing in 2009 and she was 15. She would be 28 now.
So she was quite young when her mum in 2000. I mean, that was. What are you putting me beat like that for? Get out of it. No! I've not been there on my own. Oh, she's messing with me today.
I wonder if Heather's grandparents are able to be contacted to see what their thought. Unfortunately, we don't really know who her father is. Is it Gerald or is it Cannon?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if she would have those type of grandparents. This is a very. I know that Gerald's
Dysfunctional
father is deceased.
family.
I know Gerald's father is deceased, James
Yes.
Senior.
Yes.
But I've never heard any grandmother or anything like that.
I can tell you how old his mum is. Hang on, a sec.
I mean, think about it. Her mom left her at a property where, during the 2019 search of her daughter, they arrest 6 people on meth and drug and paraphernalia charges. Like, you, why would so you can go over into Malakoff and party with your friend Peggy? Oh, Peggy, Peggy, the one that Heather called her mother the night before and on Peggy's phone because Peggy was with her mother Melissa. This
Mhm.
one too. The record on this one, it's like a toilet paper roll, and everyone's got the same charges: meth,
Yeah.
paraphernalia, drugs, hiding a
Oh,
fugitive. What was that one? The criminal. It was something about invading a criminal case or something, but she was already
yeah.
serving for another. I mean, just you cannot make it up.
No. And Gerald Whitley's both his parents are passed.
Well, Benson, the girl that was on panel earlier, is this girl who's missing's best friend.
Yeah.
She's the only one that seems to be trying to find her.
Exactly.
And then she found us.
She sure did.
And let me tell you guys something else too. There were 2 people that came to Chisme. They said that, and they and we're gonna end. I'm gonna end it after this because this is what I found absolutely disturbing after going through everything we've had, and going back and posting things and putting out little nibs and nabs there. But what got me was the fact that there was the person that contacted, and I'm not gonna say a name, but she knows who I'm talking about. Contacted Chisme because they wanted Kaz and I to dig into this case. Kaz and I had no clue about this case.
No.
So Chisme came to us and asked us to help her dig into it a little bit. Then I got in contact with the girl that contacted Chisme because she wanted to talk to me. And that's when we showed you guys the messages of the U-Haul trucks and all of those clothing and the shoes and the deer shack and the cams, and she's buried on Brandos Rios' property, and Amanda and Bree killed her and put her in concrete. They came to us because they thought that we were going to buy that bullshit. Well, at first we thought it could have been possible. We didn't know anything. But
Mm.
then as we started digging and us going to the point where no, we know the 4 people she was with. It's almost like, and now I definitely know where she went. and it wasn't Gerald's, I think to myself, you bitch, you sit here and try to gaslight us and
Yeah.
come to us. Did you not think that we were really just going to go with what you say and not dig on these little people like ticks on dogs?
Well, she didn't know us very well if she did think that.
And the funny thing was is that as soon as we stuck the guns to this, I haven't heard a word from that girl. She doesn't even contact me anymore.
Oh well. I
Oh,
mean, I'm glad. I'm glad how it. That we did get asked to take this on board because we are so close, so close.
oh, this is good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if she is found, I think we're gonna have to fly cows from Australia and all meet out in Athens with Cassie and just have like a big picnic and a balloon release for Heather Cannon.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
She reminds me so much of my best friend in sixth grade, and her name was Heather. And I've talked to Kaz and showed pictures and all that. Like she was just that little fireball.
Mm,
Everyone, we will stay on top of this and we will give you guys a report on what the Texas Rangers say.
we sure will.
And oh, let me just say so Michelle Bernstein
Oh
Schultz's
yes.
sister, the one that has Munchausen's, the one in Arizona, her sister blocked me on Twitter, so I guess she was mad about my live last night.
Oh well.
So I say to you now, Danielle, if you're listening, and all of your little trolls that are leaving messages, prove me wrong. Come on, panel, and you prove to me that everything that we have spoken about your sister is false.
Because they're going to be hard pressed.
All right, guys, stay safe and keep your babies safe and stay vigilant. Kaz, thank you. Mods,
Thank
thank
you as
you.
always.
We still have to have a mod meeting.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll just do it in Zoom so they can all just call in on a number.
that's a good idea.
Okay. Hey, mods, send us an email, please. monkeymardtruecrime at gmail so that we can get the mods on one email list. We're actually trying to get organized to start doing some good stuff and fun things.
Sure are.
Kaz
All
is
right,
paying
guys.
for all of us to come to Australia. All right, guys. See
Yeah,
you guys
sure.
later.
Bye.